It didn't used to be as many clicks with our Jitsi to get us started, but that's okay. I like to open it up to full screen very last. Okay, good morning, everybody. Welcome to LisaBug Cardio Strength Fusion HIIT. And last week we did a class that had 30-second intervals with 15-second transitions. It was brought with much love. Everybody really loved that class. So we're going to do that format for this whole month on the Tuesday classes. And also I'll have those a couple of those options for you that do the later YouTubes to do for some of your classes while I'm heading down to Florida later in the month. So what you need, a chair. We're going to do some total body work using a chair. If you don't have one, that's okay. It's just going to be a squat and you can do it without sitting all the way down. 2 sets of hand weights, a couple of your little stretchy bands, just have those available, water, and finally something to use as a glider. So a glider is a little tool where we can put under a foot or a hand and we can move our foot around and we can cause some resistance dragging. So if you don't have one of these and you're using hardwood floors, you can grab maybe a washcloth to slide under your foot. If you have carpeting, you can use some type of a plastic bag to slip over the front of your shoe, and that's going to be able to glide your foot around on a carpeting surface. So that's what we need today for our class. I'll get our music started and we'll start to warm up the body. Hope you're feeling great today. All right. So let's start with a nice big deep breath in, stretch up, and exhale. See how much you can fill your lungs up this morning. And blow it all out. One more time, just like that. Big breath. Inhale and exhale. Okay, we're going to start some Tai Chi circles right in front of us, starting to bend one knee and then the other, making nice circular movements with your arms. Good. Warming up the shoulders. Now start to twist this from side to side. So you've got little Tai Chi circles in front of your body using your hands, and then your body circles along your axis, so rotating side to side. Good. Now, can we switch the direction of the circles so they're coming in like this? Good. And take it side to side, circling in. Wax on, wax off, right? And then rotate. Rotate. Bending the knees a little bit side to side, warming up the knee joint, warming up through the ankles. Now I just want you to start to make this a swim stroke. So just like a crawl. Bring that arm back around. Now add your breath with the crawl. So open it out. Open it out. Inhale, exhale. Okay, change your swim stroke to a back stroke. Circle back. Circle back. Now, if your shoulders are a little sore today, you can make these circles smaller, or maybe even pull your elbow back rather than the entire arm. Rotating from side to side. Okay, let's change our swim stroke. We're going to do a breaststroke. Take it forward, pull it out, then sit into a squat. Reach, pull it out, and sit into a squat. Inhale. Exhale. Reach out 2 more of these. 1 more. And then our last swim stroke is the butterfly. Come back around and go in the water. Inhale and exhale. Good. Just checking in to make sure you're not feeling any pain at all in your shoulder joints today. 3 more. And 2. And 1. Come up. Let's tap the toes right and left. Out and out. Swing the arms side to side. Now make your ankle move when you're pointing. So you're really pointing down with your toe, feeling a little stretch across the front of the ankle. Okay, any pace you want to go this morning, you pick the speed. Let's add a hamstring curl, pulling the heel back behind you, heel to the glute. Make these bicep curls. Great job. Little butt kicks. Heels back, tightening the backs of the legs. 4 more, 4, 3, 2, back to your toe taps. Tap it out. Bring it in nice and close. Step touch. Add a knee lift. Up, up, up. Bring the hands to the shoulders. Opposite elbows to the knee. Cross, cross. Warming up through the waistline. Hip flexors. 2 more. Now just march in place. Good. And we're going to take a little bit of stretch before we start our workout. So take your right foot straight back, press your heel down, and reach up and over. I want you to open your hip flexor, stretching your side waist. Great job. Let's switch legs. Step back and up and over. You stay there while I pause my music because we're going to get right into our 30 seconds. So what my music gives us is 5 rounds of 30 seconds with 15 seconds in between. So our first exercise, I want you to bring a chair, have that ready to sit down in. So I want you to pick a weight that you can press above your head 15 times. Now, if pressing above your head isn't okay for you, you can do little small ones right in here. You can push forward, but I want you to be able, if possible, to press up above the head 15 times. Okay, so what you'll have is a compound exercise, starting by sitting in your chair. You're going to do a bicep curl, stand up, optional press above the head, sitting back down, and then releasing completely, arms to your side. We have 5 rounds of 30 seconds of this. Now you can modify this any way. You don't have to do arms, right? You can sit up, stand up, sit down. You can just do the bicep portion or any other arm movement you want to do, or the full expression of the exercise. If you don't have a chair, you're just going to start from a squat position here, curl and press, and take it down. Okay, without further ado, now our 15 seconds, once we sit down into the chair, we're going to do lateral side bends to work the core while we're seated with our weights. Okay, so we're going to stay busy while we do that 15-second transition. Okay, let's get ready. You have your weights, you're sitting toward the front of your chair. You've got nice posture. Get ready, and let's go. Good. You're picking the pace with this, modifying it any way you need to. Great job. So I don't expect for you to hear the music, but I'll give you a warning when it's time to relax. Good job. All right, rest. Come on down with me. Take this side to side with your weights. So we're working the QL for just 15 seconds. All right, let's come on up. So since we have 5 rounds of this at 30 seconds, do the math, right? 2.5 minutes total of the exercise. That's quite a bit. If we tried to do that all at once, it would be really hard. Now, if your weights are too heavy, I want you to make a switch. Okay, that's it. I'm down. Let's start to go from side to side. Great work. Give everything a chance to rest. Okay, here we go. Good job. Now, if you're at your lightest weight and it's just not working, set them down and let's go like this. It's great. You still get a lot of the leg work in. So this is set 3, right? I'm going to give you a choice on the legs for sets 4 and 5. All right, rest. Let's do your side to side. If you don't want to use weights for this, that's okay too. Now for set 4, right foot slightly in front of your left foot. Get ready and go. So we have a split squat. And up. Great work. So this helps us to strengthen that front leg a little bit more as we squat up and down. Woo. Great job, everybody. All right, that's it. Side to side we go. So of course, we have one more to go. You're gonna have the option to do your split squat with your left foot in front. So let's set it up and get ready and begin. Up. So our split squat also gives us a balance challenge. Whew. So after this set, we have 1 minute to transition to our next set of exercises. Great job. We're almost there. Okay, that's the last one. Set your weights off to the side. And then I'm going to move my chair out of the way so I've got room to do the next set of strength and cardio. Okay, so we have one heavy weight. We're going to be doing a bent over row in this position on one arm and on the other and on both. So have a single heavy weight ready. Let's grab a drink during our transition. We've also got some cardio in this. So 3 sets are strength training, 2 sets are cardio. Okay. I want to review the cardio. I'm going to do little grapevine side to side. This will be our cardio. Okay, let's pick up your heavy weight. It's time to start your first 30 seconds. Let's pull this back. Now, if your weight's a little bit on the lighter side, you can do a pull with a tricep kickback. Good. Any other variations you want? Single arm work. The front knee is bent, so we get some isometric work in your quad and glute here. All right, set that weight down. Make sure it's out of your way. Get ready for that grapevine right to left. It's basically 2 steps to the right and 2 steps to the left. All right, here we go. 30 seconds of grapevine. Grapevine or 2 steps. Now you get to pick the pace with this. Any arm movements you want to choose. You can add any leg movements you want to choose. So just the base movement is 2 steps to the right, 2 steps to the left. Good job. 30 seconds on this. All right, that's it. Pick up that weight in your left hand. Take your time to get set. Right foot is in front. Left foot is in back. We're reaching that weight down right about level with our kneecap. Ready? And here we go. So we pull back, or we pull back and add a tricep kickback. So option is to lift and extend. A little bit harder, so make sure your weight's appropriate for whichever exercise you pick. Good job. We go back into that grapevine for one more set coming up. Great job. Front knee bent. Okay, set that weight down out of your way. Now, if you don't need 15 seconds break, go ahead and go. If you're ready, start the grapevine. Give yourself a few seconds of bonus. The music says, start now. Good job. The goal is just to get the heart rate up with anything you want to do. So maybe you're just marching in place. If you have a small space at home and you can't go side to side. I'm pretty limited, but I can still do it here in the living room. Or Dave and I would call it the dance studio. It's where we practice our dance steps. Okay, 2 heavy weights now. So we're going to be with both feet level. You've got both arms rowing, or both arms with the kickback, or alternating rows right and left with the twist. So let's begin. Lots of great options here. Good job. That one's hard for me with these 8-pounders. I like this one because we really get the core in there too. Now after this is done, we have 1 minute to get to the next segment. So give us a chance to get a drink and to find out what the next movement is. Okay, rest. Set those weights off to the side. Woo, grab a drink. So we're going to do a wall sit. You can actually use your wall. And then we're going to take a rubber band while we're doing the wall sit and do some various directional movements. So pick a band that you can, feel some good workload when you're pulling out. So you can use your wall to do a wall sit, or you can use your chair again so that when you rest, you can just sit if you'd like and relax. If you're using the wall, I know some of your squares are over here on this side, but you're going to sit up against the wall, and then you can come away from the wall during the 15-second break. Okay, we have a few seconds to get ready. You've got a band. You're either sitting in your chair or getting ready to go into your wall sit against the wall. Your feet are about hips distance apart. If you're using the chair, you're only going to come up a couple inches from the chair. So get ready, come up and hover. If you're in the wall, slide down the wall. We're going to pull out for our first set. Great job. So we're working the shoulders through abduction, moving away. Control it coming back in. Now when you have 15 seconds rest, you can either stand up or you can sit down. Or you can fight. So shake everything out. Either sitting down, I'm going to go ahead and sit. So for the next set, I want you to work your rotator cuff on your right side. So practice this. Okay, come up and hover. Rotator cuff on the right side. So you're keeping your elbow pretty close in. You're either up against the wall, legs bent about 90 degrees for that wall sit. Great job. Good work. If you're using the chair, try to sit just above the chair, a couple inches. Isometric work. Okay, take a break. Either relaxing down in the chair or stand up. Flesh those quads out. Okay, so we've got the rotator cuff on the other side, so give it a practice. Get ready to get into your wall sit. Go. So I'm just a couple inches off the chair, or you're sliding back down to the wall. So again, this gives us 2.5 minutes of wall sitting. It would be a lot to do all at once. It's a lot to do in 30-second intervals, that's for sure. Nice job, nice job. Almost there. We're only using that left arm. Okay, take a break. Standing up or sitting down. So practice this next one. Right arm goes up, left arm goes down. So we're making a diagonal here. Get ready to do that in your wall sit. Here we go. Good job. Now if this hurts your knees, just do a baby one. Come up a little bit more so you're within a range of motion that feels okay for your body. Great job. So that right arm's using the front of the shoulder, the left arm, the back of the shoulder, and the tricep. All right, there's your break. Nice. Relax. Maybe practice the other side here. And then we'll get ready to start. This is your last wall sit. Ready, and prepare, start. Good. This can be done without the band. Just make the movement. It could be done with small hand weights. Absolutely. Really control coming back in. Make sure your knees are tracking straight over the ankles, the feet. Hips are tracking and hips are back toward your heels if you're in a squat. We've got a minute break coming up. Okay, relax. Set that down. Good job. I'm going to bring my chair out of the way again. Let's grab a drink. Woo. Okay, so we have light weights for shoulder work. We're going to do an L raise. So with an L raise, one arm goes forward while the other one goes to the side. So this is an L. We're going to do this with a little bit of balance work. So you'll be taking your left foot, tapping it behind, and then out to the side. Down and out. We'll do the same side the first round. We've got some cardio in the middle, knee lifts with optional rotation. So we just have a few seconds to start. So light weights, cross back, and tap. Cross back, and tap. Balance and shoulder strength. It's up to you how much you bend your knees when you tap back, so you can make it a little bigger to really work the quads. Now on the cardio, if you want to keep your hand weights, you can do that if you feel okay with it. So with this, we're going to be doing knee lifts with optional rotations. If you want to keep your weights, go ahead and keep them. If you want to set them down, that's okay too. Okay, 30 seconds we go here. Start. Great job. Now you can add a little bounce to your step for a little bit of moderate impact. And since the weights stay right here by your ears, it shouldn't be harmful for you to keep hold of those weights. You're not swinging them around. Great job. We're breathing. We're breathing. Okay, relax. If you set your weights down, pick them up. So now your right foot crosses back and we come out this way with the exercise. So let's get ready. Cross behind and lift. L raise. We've got those knee lifts again coming up. So if you tried your weights with that, it wasn't so good, set them down on the break. If you want to try the opposite, you can keep your weights. Great job. Balance, stabilization. Last one. Okay, with or without the weights. They're right about here with your hands. If you want to start early, go ahead and go. Otherwise, wait for me on the tone. Ready, go. Good. Knees up, knees up. Now you could also take your knees out to the side of the elbows. A little bit of a side bend in the waist. It's a nice option. Woo! We've got one more round coming up. Okay, rest. Now we're going to combine these. So we cross back right, tap out, switch feet, tap out, and switch. So you're going to go side to side. Cross your right foot, step out, cross your left foot, step out. I know it takes some mind body, takes some thought process here. Ooh, and some balance. If the leg work is too much, just alternate with the arms. After this, we have 1 minute to get to our next round, and that's going to be a plank set, guys. Okay, relax. Take a drink. First of all, rehydrating. So we have 5 rounds of planks. You can use your wall. You can use your chair. You can go down to the floor. Now, since we have 5 rounds of 30-second planks, you could do them all in the same position. But what I'm going to do is a regular plank, a side plank on the right, a regular plank, a side plank on the left, and a regular plank. That's 5 rounds of 30 seconds planking. Can we do this? So choose the wall, choose the chair. Let's get ready. You've got about 20 seconds to start. I'm going to grab one more drink. I'm taking my planks down to the floor. Okay. So we have a lot of variations with planks, right? So if your wrists are bothering you, you can do these from the elbows. You can do them from the knees. You can do them from the toes. Okay, our first round's getting ready to start in 4, 3, 2, go. All right. So remember, the basic form of a plank is hands and knees position. So you can do that as well. You could do a bird dog. You have a lot of choices to work core stabilization here. Now, if you don't feel like you can make it through 30 seconds, do what you can of each one of these intervals. Even half of it, 15 seconds, is beneficial. Okay, relax. So next one I'm going to do is a kneeling side plank on my right side. So I'm going to bring it up here. Take any option you want to do and hold it. Go, go, go. 30 seconds of your choice of plank. You don't have to follow what I'm doing. Not at all. You can add any variations. I'm going to do a wrist circle. Good. Get creative, guys. It's your 30 seconds to work with. Okay, rest. So I'm going to go back to a regular plank, but this time I'm going to do it from my wrists instead of my elbows. 15 seconds to set up. Starting earlier if you're ready. The timer's starting now, 30 seconds. So your goal is to get your spinal alignment as perfectly neutral as possible. So make sure that your bottom's not up in the air like this, or you're not dropping your hips down. I want you right in that neutral alignment. That includes your head. Tuck your chin in a little bit. Breathe. Woo. Okay, that's 30 seconds. Take your break. So now I'm going to set up my left side plank. That's on that knee replacement. It's doing pretty good on the floor. Okay, get ready. Start now. Actually, I'm going to do this one so that my left knee's not on the ground. Oh, thank you, left knee. You're making me work harder today, but that's okay. We don't have to do the same thing on both sides. If we're dealing with an injury or something else, we just work around it and do what we can on each side. Breathing, breathing. Okay, rest. You have 15 seconds to get to your last plank. I'm going to go back down to my elbows. My wrists are wanting to take a break here. Okay, get ready. In 4, 3, 2, and start. Last 30 seconds of plank. Wow, this one went by so quickly. Breathe, breathe. Whew. Nice and steady. Strong legs, strong arms, strong core, strong hearts, strong minds. Aging strong. Okay, rest. You have 1 minute to give yourself a break. Maybe you need a cookie. Okay, remember I talked to you at the beginning of class, we were going to do some glider work. So now's the time to get whatever you're going to use for a glider. We'll also be using light to moderate hand weights with this. So I'm going to use my little round glider. And I'm going to take some lighter weights. So what it's going to look like for the first one is we're going to take the right foot to the glider. We'll come down into a little bit of a squat, and then we press the leg out, we pull it in. We're going to do a little bit of opposition movement with our upper body, like maybe like you have ski poles. Okay, we're about ready to start. So you have your weights, you're down into your squat, your weights are in, and press the leg out, pull it in. Press and pull. Press and pull. Good. So I want you to dig that foot into the floor so that you're dragging it in. Nice job. Woo. Great work. So when my right leg's going out, my right arm is going forward. Okay, relax. So now we take the left foot onto the glider. Your body stays straight up and down. Your body doesn't move side to side. We've got the weights in. Press the left leg out. Go. Left arm reaches. Great work. Nice job. Woo. Nice. Almost there. Drag it across the floor. Okay, relax. So the next one's going to go backwards behind us. So you'll be down in that squat. You're going to push it back and drag it in. Both arms go forward or curls. Go. So here's one option. Second option. Now you could also add some variations here with some arm circles. So you get to pick what you want to do with the upper body. Down in the squat, pushing back, pulling in. Activating the glute, opening up the hip flexor. Great. Okay, relax. Come up, shake it out. Woo, it really gets that stabilizer leg. Okay, switch feet, drop down, ready, and go. Push and pull. Good, you choose those arm movements. Nice, if you circled one way, then maybe circle the other. Great job. You don't have to use any weight. Okay, we've got cardio coming up for the last 30 seconds. So put your weights down, your glider away. Either full or half jumping jacks. So half jumping jacks looks like this. You guys know what a full jumping jack looks like. Go, go. 30 seconds, high intensity jumping jacks. Your arms don't have to come up. They can come to the front. They can come down. You can vary the arms. Floating them up, floating them down. Good. Maybe after I get this other knee replaced, I can go back to doing jumping jacks. Not now. Says no way. Treacle, you going to do your jumping jacks. All right, rest, grab a drink. Good job. Nice work, everybody. 1 minute before our next round of work. Okay, let's see what I got. Okay, we're going to take ourselves down to our knees, or if you don't want to kneel, you can use your chair to hold yourself up for a bird dog position. And grab my little blanket here. So we have tricep kickbacks in bird dog position. So pick a lighter weight for that. All right. Come on down, hands and knees, or standing on your feet, putting your hands on your chair. Lightweight breathing. So what we've got here is a bird dog position. So we'll start with that weight in the right hand. We're going to be doing tricep kickbacks here. Make sure the weight doesn't come forward. So we're starting right about 90 degrees and going back. You have an option to take your left leg behind you, setting this up in bird dog. Okay, ready, and go. Tricep kickbacks in bird dog. This is one of our exercises for longevity here. Woo. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Great job. Neutral head position. This is a wonderful plank option also. Nice. And rest. Okay, now you're going to take that weight and tuck it behind your right knee. Bring your hands down. Take that leg up, and we're going to pump that up to the ceiling. Your option is to keep both hands on the floor or to take your left hand off. We're pressing it up and down. You're squeezing the weight behind the knee while you're activating your hamstring. So for the next set, we're not going to use the weight at all, and we'll do alternating bird dogs. All right, come on down. Set your weight down onto the floor. So for the next 30 seconds, you're just going to alternate your bird dogs. So we have opposite hand and leg reach out and switch. Ready? And go. Whoops, kicked over my water bottle. Good, you can switch at whatever pace you want. Great job, great job. Woo. Almost there, guys. Okay, rest. I'm going to turn around so you can see my left arm. Now we're going to the left side tricep kickback. Left elbow up. Option to take your right leg straight back. Ready. Tricep kickbacks. Straighten and bend. Try not to let your right hip rise up, so keep it down and level. Tighten your right glute. Really straight right leg. Back of the shoulder working to keep the elbow up. Great job, great job. Tuck your abs in. Tuck your chin in. Okay, relax. Option to take this weight and tuck it behind your left knee. So both hands down to start. We'll practice lifting that leg up to squeeze the glute. Option, right arm is reaching out. Let's go, 30 seconds. This is our last round in this set of exercises. Woo. Breathe. Nice job, nice job. Great work. Just a couple more. Last one. And relax. Okay, slide that weight out. We're going to come down into a sideline position, and I want you to grab one of your straps to go around your thighs. So we're going to take our minute here to transition, bringing that band. You want a pretty good tight one. If you don't have any, that's okay. You could do this without. And we're going to be in a sideline position with a light hand weight. So come on down. Maybe you want to grab a quick drink. Okay, so here's where we get to work the rotator cuff again, and the hips, and the core. So we've got 2 sets on this side of exercises. We're going to take our weight up while we're doing our clamshell. Good. Both together. Nice job. So your elbow stays close to your waist. Nice. Breathing. All right, relax just a bit. Now your next option is to take that leg long. We're going to be lifting it up and down. You can stay with the rotator cuff, or you can reach the arm out and lift a full arm shoulder raise. Let's start. So lots of choices. You can do the clamshell again. You can do the rotator cuff again. You can do just the leg, just the arm. Great job. We're going to come up and sit here in just a second. Okay, relax. Push yourself up. We're going to hold a boat pose for 30 seconds. I'm going to sit on my blanket. So we can lean back here. We can hold behind our legs. We can balance here, boat pose, 30 seconds. Do whatever you can, guys. Ooh, maybe push out with the band. Lisa, you're crazy. Whatever you want to do, your choice. Ooh, the good news is we're only doing this one time. Okay, rest. Now we're going to go lay on our other side. You've got 15 seconds to get there. Got your light hand weight. All right. Clamshell with the rotator cuff. Here we go. I see why you guys like this. 15 seconds is so much easier to get set up than the 10 seconds we get in Tabata. A little bit more prep time. Great job, you guys. Woo. Almost there. Okay, 15 seconds to transition. Almost kicked the water bottle again. We're going to take that leg out, do a lift here. Option to do a full arm posterior shoulder raise. All right, let's go. Starting now. Last 30 seconds in this block of work. I don't know which to think about, the leg that's burning or the arm that's burning, or both of them, or the other hip that's still burning that's on the floor. Lots working here. Woo, all right, relax. Set that weight down. Roll over onto your back. You can slip your band off. We're going to start to stretch, but we've also got some core work here. So not in our 30-second format, but we're going to take that band off. Take your time, and then we can use it for a hamstring stretch. So option to loop it under the bottom of your foot and extend your leg up. Where's the water bottle so I don't kick it? Okay, so option 1 here, just enjoy this stretch. Option 2, you're going to add a little crunch with this. So you can actually pull down on your band and then crunch your head and shoulders up off your mat a little bit. Exhale, crunch up. You can pull down with one arm if you want more workload. So I'm using my right arm, and I'm going to pull down and reach up with my left arm. You could add your hand weight, open it out to the side, and then reach up. So lots of options here while we're stretching. Why not make this stretch an efficient exercise for our core and our upper body, right? Let's do about 6 more of these, or you're just holding your stretch. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great. Just relax, especially your neck, because that many reps can cause your neck to get tight. I'm going to spin around so that I can open my other arm to the side with my chest fly. So we've got the band around the bottom of the foot. We're going to take it up and extend the right leg out. So this is your base movement here, just to stretch. Or we can pull down with both arms and do a little curl. Or we can pull down with the left arm and we can add a chest fly. So we open and come up and pull. So I'm reaching the weight out and then reaching it up to the foot while I pull the band down. 8, 7. Now you can do this without the crunch if your neck hurts. So you can just do this. 6, and keep your head down. 5, don't you love all these options? Yes. 4, 3, I'm feeling the obliques big time. 2, and 1, and rest. Okay, we're done with the weight. We're done with the band. I want you to come up to a modified or full pigeon position, depending on what you like to do. So here we go with the modified. We have our 90-90 position here with our knees. We're going to fold over that front leg. If you like the full pigeon, then you send that back leg back a little further behind you and stack yourself over that front knee to stretch. So find the one that works good for you. We're going to hold here about 1 minute. So just relax and breathe. I like to support my head by maybe stacking my hands, or if you have a yoga block close by, or you can fold up your blanket, put your head on it. But if your flexibility doesn't allow that and you're way up here in this stretch, that's okay too. Just relax your head, your neck, your shoulders. We have 30 seconds to go. So before we switch sides, we're going to do one more stretch here in this Z-sit position or modified pigeon. Okay, 10 seconds. Great job. Press yourself up. So if you can reach this ankle here, you can pull it back and stretch. If you can't quite reach it, what did I do with my strap? You can put your strap around it. There it goes. It's behind me. You can loop that around your foot and pull this back so that you're able to get a hold of your foot and just pull it back. Our goal is to stretch the quad and the hip flexor on that back foot. Another option is just to lean back, put your hands behind you. This is a huge stretch for my quad. And let's hold here. Good, breathing, breathing. And 30 seconds to go. Now, still thinking about good postural alignment, your head position, your abdominals drawn in, and definitely thinking about your breathing. So that's the 3 B's, thinking about your body and the breathing, the brain, the body, and the breath. All right, let's relax. We'll switch our feet, spin them around to the other side. You have your modified or full pigeon first for 1 minute. Get yourself comfortable. You don't need to rush to get right into it. I want you to make sure that the stretch is right for you, that you find a comfortable edge, sink down, maybe support your head, and we'll breathe here. So as you're holding for about a full minute, you can think about areas in your body that you might be trying to tense up. Usual suspects, sometimes our shoulders start to hunch up when we're stretching. So keep your shoulders pressed down. We have 30 seconds. Keep your neck relaxed. Try not to clench your jaw or squint your eyes or your eyebrows. Just relax everything in your face. And especially those muscles that you're trying to stretch. We don't want those to be tense. Good, 10 seconds. Nice job. If you're in that full pigeon, slide the back leg back in. We'll come up, we'll grab the ankle here, doing this option or using your stretchy band. You can balance here for some core, or you can just lean back. This is a good way to get some tricep work by bending your elbows back behind you, using your triceps to support you. This is probably my best stretch, but my arms and shoulders don't necessarily like it as much as the other one, but this I'm getting the best benefit for my quad. Let's do another 30 seconds holding this quad stretch. Connect your 3 B's, brain, body, breath. That also means connecting the brain means you're not starting to think about what you're going to have for lunch today. You're keeping your mind on class. Great job. Come all the way up. Okay, I want to give you 2 choices for our last stretch. Choice number 1, sit with the soles of your feet together, let your knees open into butterfly. Or if that's bothersome and you want to let your knees stretch out a little bit, sit into a wide leg straddle stretch. So either way is great. I think I'm going to stick with this one. And we'll just relax the inner thighs and take this forward any amount, holding and breathing. And while you're holding this stretch, I want you to give yourself some mental pat on the back. First, for showing up this morning. If you're live here with me, pat on the back for being online real time with me. If you're doing this class later on YouTube, give yourself a couple of extra pats on the back, because I know how hard it is when the class isn't live for you to take time out of your day and do a YouTube class when essentially nobody's there with you. Even when you're in your front room by yourself, we're here as a community and as a team. So that takes a little bit more dedication to go do those classes later on YouTube. So a couple pats on the back for that. Okay, come up to a standing position with me, whatever way works best for you to stand up. And we are going to do a balance pose with a side stretch. So one of our balance poses from our longevity series is called tandem stance. So in tandem stance, we stand with one foot directly in front of the other. Now, if you're saying, no, this isn't going to be okay for me, separate them a little bit so that you have enough support, but you're also challenging your balance. And we are going to side stretch away from the leg, the hip that's the legs that's behind. So my left leg is behind. I'm mirroring you, and so I'm going to bring that left arm up and stretch. So we have the balance of the tandem stance. We have the core conditioning that it takes to do this, and we have the stretch through the lat. And we're opening up the back hip flexor a little bit and the IT band. Okay, let's bring it up. And then switch your tandem stance so your left foot's in front. Give yourself the base of support that you need. Square your hips. Reach up and side stretch. Ooh, this really feels like I'm going to fall over that way. Tighten everything up. Keep your breath going. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Let's take a nice full breath together like we started class today. We started with 3. We'll end with 3. 1 for the brain. And blow it all out. 1 for the body. And 1 for the breath. Great job, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you can stay along, I'd love a chit chat today, as I am not being able to do that on Thursdays. So stay on if you can. Otherwise, send me a little note, and I'll see you in 2 shakes. Love you guys.